你可以自我介绍吗？
我叫马克，我是海龙王的马吉。
这是谁？
大家都知道海龙王是谁了？
我知道马祖而已。
我住台湾20年，来自南非。为什么想要来台湾吗？小时候我爸爸来过台湾好几次，因为他是核能工程师。我爸爸非常喜欢台湾，但很多朋友他们也有来过南非。我记得小时候我们去一个中国餐厅，但是我爸爸的朋友说这个是不是台湾菜？去厨房里面开始煮饭 and came out with proper 台湾料理。That story stuck in my mind. I must have been 8 years old， 8岁，差不多8岁。爸爸是第一个理由，第二个理由是我姐姐有来台湾教英文，她的故事很多，因为那时候台北不一样的感觉。他说很野，这个是 mid-90s Wild West, man. Definitely not first world, definitely not what it looks like now. At the time, you didn't need any qualifications to teach English. She'd be walking down the street and people would stop their cars and say, jump in, I've got a job for you, come to my school and teach. There was a seminar at an alternative medicine convention. The organizers of the seminar couldn't get enough people to join the seminar, so they came to Taipei Hostel and told all of the people staying in the hostel, can you pretend to be doctors of different fields and just speak in your languages because no one will know? And there she is at this huge conference table, looks like United Nations, doing a speech on nothingness, just talking absolute rubbish because nobody could speak Afrikaans except her.
Yeah, so when you got here in 2004, was it still the same vibe or like?
Definitely more tame. Taipei was pretty clean. Cities were pretty cleaned up. Taitung was a bit Wild West, man. I remember the immigration police showing up at barbecues and wanting to see everyone's papers. There was even a soccer game that a police showed up and like in full riot gear. 我了解为什么那时候警察比较凶，比较会注意我们。很多拍狼的阿斗啊，
拍狼的
just like, you know, like 拍狼。Uncouth, like ferals. Feral dudes chilling around in Taiwan, teaching English with no degrees, not being able to fit in, mentally challenged, definitely unhinged individuals you maybe become friends with just because there's a limited number of people who speak English. Turns out, shit, some of these guys are like fucking way off field, man.
Do you mind telling us about how you actually got here through Kaohsiung and Pingdong?
Chinese or English, dude? This is
either one.
Hectic. 在台北降落了。我妈妈有一个法国的朋友，她不喜欢台湾，她一直讲哦，台湾不好看，不好看。So my first impression was terrible. But thank you anyway if you're listening, for picking me up. So I left down to Pingdong, and I got completely lost. And I showed up in this little village. They sent me to the police station. No one spoke English, but they were like, oh. 欢迎光临，来进来哦，来喝茶，要不要吃槟榔？要不要吃槟榔？ And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit, man? It's like their teeth are all red. We're drinking tea with the cops. No one speaks English. They're like, 等一下，我的老板回来。And I don't know what they mean, but I could just get the gist of it. I'm drinking green tea, and I'm like getting high on green tea, and then I'm chowing betel nuts, swallowing the stuff, not spitting it out. I'm swallowing it, and I'm just turning into a red tomato. I'm starting to get hot. I'm starting to sweat. And finally, the 队长 comes back, and he can speak English, and he's like, oh, nice to meet you. What's your name? Oh, very well. I'm Captain Wang. Where do you want to go? To the highway to Kending. Follow me. And there we go. I'm not kidding you. I was escorted by the captain. 队长在前面，两个警察在我旁边，一个这边，一个这边，我在中间 for like 2 hours. And they left me on the coastal road. And they're like, there we go. You follow the one road. They thought, 他们应该觉得我好笨。他们觉得哦，如果你跟着这个马路，你应该没问题啦。Hey. And I'm driving, and there's a coffee shop on the side. These mobile coffee shops in like a caravan. These monks were sitting there, and the one monk took an interest in me. And the monks bought me the coffee and like gave me their name card saying, if you're coming around to Taidong, you got to pass by our monastery in Zhiben and come and stay with us. And that's exactly what I did a month later, and I ended up doing maybe the first workaway ever in Taiwan, man. The first thing they noticed that I didn't smell very good. They were like, oh, 你好臭，你要去洗澡，这个阿多啊，哇。And I was doing Omitova for a month, and they even tried to find me work by calling in at schools in Taidong City, but unsuccessfully. Because at the time, 那时候台东补习班很少，2个合法的，其他的都是不合法的。When I finally left my monk family, and they were all teary-eyed. 再见，加油，加油. Showed up in Taidong City along Zhonghua and Xinsheng Lu. There's this Moshike Canting. I saw it clearly saying Gringos in English, Gringos, Gringos. Just smell. This must be a place that attracts foreigners if it's got an English name. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, 看到这个人，这个阿斗啊，有一个阿斗啊. He turns around, it's Thomas. He was in one of my classes. We had lunch. He told me that 很多外国人会去那边用网路，因为那时候我们没有手机，没有网路啊。You had to go to an internet cafe to check your email. You pay 10 NT, 10块. And 吃完饭上他的 autobike， 过了那个桥，福冈后面有独兰山，右边太平洋，很多椰子树。我觉得我的天啊，很像夏威夷。
What was the vibe trying to find a job in the beginning? You said it was kind of hard.
Nothing, and you weren't welcomed by every other foreign face. Another foreigner meant one more threat to the whole status quo. So let's say there were 10 positions available. Those 10 positions were highly revered and held onto by the English teachers. So Hajaran was considered like, you were one of the lucky ones. You know, nowadays, who wants to work at, I'm not gonna say that.
Who wants, yeah.
But there were a couple of other dodgy guys who didn't want to see you in town and were in league with the immigration police, kind of like spying for them almost. And like I'd get messages on my texts on my phone saying the police are watching you, you're working illegally. At least he warned me, but I was super scared. And like I was working in this illegal bushi. I was sleeping on the second floor while this guy was running sushi bushi on the first floor near the night market on Suwei Lu. And he kept telling me, it was the funniest thing, he'd always say to me, Mark, you must learn Chinese very quickly. Do you know my mind? Do you know my mind? You don't know this, like as if like next week I gotta be fluent in Chinese. I'm like, fuck that, this is gonna take me years to learn this language. And it makes no sense to me because you should never let on that you can speak Chinese to your kids. 这个阿多啊会他听得懂国语，所以我不用用英文回他。So anyway, this bushiban was totally legal as far as giving me any visa, and he kept claiming, 没关系，我们是合法，我会给你一个 ARC. Never happened. And then one day, I went to Jiamuzuwan to go snorkeling. So I'd been away for 2 days. I came back Sunday night. 我的钱都不见 was under my bed, under my mattress, because I didn't have an ARC, so I couldn't get a bank account. 没有 ARC, 没有账户12000 or something. 15000 that was the sum total of my savings. Gone. 我朋友借我1万块，坐飞机去香港，回来的时候跟我的最好朋友 Robert 觉得台东的工作不好，我们要去宜兰找工作。We went up to Ilan on motorbikes, 12 hours. I was on a 50cc, smoke coming out the back, all my stuff. 50cc, bro. This is in the days of 50cc motorbikes. My duffel bag, I looked like I was on a Harley Davidson, but it was like this small. Our asses were black and blue. And coming through the tunnels from Hualien, approaching Suao, those tunnels with no scooter lane, and you got trucks just putting the horn on, going, we're not stopping for you guys. Get out the tunnel now. And here's me and Rob on our 50cc's. We got jobs pretty quickly. Rob got a job at another school. Ilan was way better, except the weather. Fuck, it rains, man. Very 闷，好闷，很像这边。Armpit. We used to call it the armpit. Way more students, just way unhappier. Kind of reflects the weather, I feel.
It's glum.
Just glum, man. It wasn't fun teaching kids in Ilan, man.
Yeah.
2年在Ilan, pizza bay nigga Peter. He said to me, hey, there's a job opening. Took off work for a day, went down for the interview, got the job, and I quit my job in Ilan the next day. And I was back to Taidong.
So you just learned Chinese from just like
from friends,
just picking it up.
他们的英文很烂，我们都讲国语啊。The friends I have, my Taiwanese friends, are my friends for life. I mean, we've been friends now 20 years. Kong Kiang and Aji would pick me up in Lanzhou and take me to Donghe. And then we'd go to Hot Pot and start at the all-you-can-eat, 吃到饱 Hot Pot in Taidong. I still remember. The lady at the Hot Pot was so mad because when she saw us coming in after a Sunday at Donghe, she was like hiding away trays of meat because we were going to empty those fridges, man. We still go to Aji for Guonian. We eat dinner with his family. They were my bridge to the culture and my bridge to longevity here. 很多外国人不会跟台湾人当朋友，不知道为什么。Maybe over 5 years you won't notice, but if you stay here longer than 10 years, man, it can create problems, I feel, in the long run, because you end up with people that back home you would never be friends with, but you're forced into friendship here, almost like you're in a prison. You got to make friends with your soulmates. And you find out, well, actually, I don't get along with this guy just because he's the same skin color as I am. Maybe we're not meant to be best friends. That bridge gets burnt, then another, and then another, and you end up, oh, well, you can't speak the language, you can't make friends with anyone local, and there's an island of 24 24 million people, and like there's a lot of cool people here, man.
What are some of the other opportunities you think you've had because you have local friends?
你的中文会进步很多, and you become comfortable speaking to Taiwanese people. You have business opportunities with 24 million people, duh. Not just your 20 foreign friends. So I've done surf lessons all in Chinese with like a little bit of help from my wife.
What was your kind of life like before you opened Wakali Gong?
It was good. 好玩. Chill. The golden years of 2006到2012, the routine of just 每个周末我们烤肉，朋友来，美女来了，骑我的 bike 去东河，冲浪回来休息，去补习工作，回来喝酒，压力没有很多。Now things are very different when you have a business. You got to keep customers happy. You got to keep marketing. You got to keep.
Got to do interviews.
You got to do interviews. You got to deal with bad reviews because the guy found piece of rice on his table. There's a cockroach under the bed.
There's a cockroach in Taiwan? Oh my
yeah,
God.
I never. 台湾真的有蟑螂吗？
Moving into how you started your business, how did you get the idea and how did you choose Dulan?
Dulan was just the coolest village on the coast, like by far. It's so much more than just a surf town. There's so much cultural things happening, so many artistic people. This is Zhiming right here, man. That's his place. His sculptures are all over Taiwan. Like no Ming Su's back then. And one bar, which was very happening, by the way, the Dulan Tangchang, the old Japanese building.
I think so.
That was a massive hub for creativity and music and Aboriginal culture. We, the Waigoran, were the minority, absolute minority. It wasn't the other way around. So Saturday nights was pooling a car or a bike or anything you could steal because no one lived up here. Everyone lived in Taidong City. So you'd do whatever it took to drive the 25 minutes up from Taidong to get to the sugar factory on a Saturday night. That was the time when the ladies were dancing, man. The Dulan was pumping. Like no one was sitting down looking at their phones. One of my best friends, he had his 40th there. I can't tell you what happened. He ended up dry humping a dog on the dance floor with another Aboriginal man on top of him, dry humping him after he handed out free shots of tequila to everyone in the place. And then we got kicked out of there and ended up on the Dulan Point. Things went even worse. And,
we'll leave that for the memories.
We'll tell you another time. But that place was a massive reason why I wanted to be in Dulan, not in other places, even though there might be better waves like up the road. But I think I don't want to hang out in Donghe at night. What, you want to go to the 7? Like I love to go surf there and I go there twice a week to surf.
What do you feel like when you hear Taiwanese people say that the ocean is dangerous?
You've been told your whole life to stay away from the sea. The fear level's there. It's meant to protect us. But if you've been taught to respect the sea from an early age, like I was, my mom and dad, to minimize the risk. So yeah, I mean the sea can be dangerous, but so can the road.
Do you feel like the attitude towards the ocean and water sports has changed since 2004? Or,
有变很多。20年前，突然有一些人会来钓鱼。That was it. Maybe a guy walking 找石头 like looking for stones. Now in summer, parking's full. Taiwan's a very dynamic place, changing quickly. It's still got a long way to go. My daughter's school, let's say there's 100 kids in Dulan Goshao. My daughter is the only surfer in that school. It's 1%. That's an extremely low percentage if you think about where the school's located, which is literally a kilometer away from the ocean. She's a bit of a freak in her school. One, to be mixed. Two, to be like brown, super dark on purpose, because being dark isn't a virtue. When she went on bus trips, on field trips, she was always the one that never got chosen to have to sit with someone. And that's a big deal when you're 12. You know, when you're pairing up kids for a game, and the kid's like, oh, I'm with you, Bryce, so now I'm with... And there's always one kid left out, and she's that kid, always. I like how she's dealt with it. She's stoic about it. It's made her tougher. I think she's realized now by the age of 12, similar things are going to happen one day when you get a job, in relationships, friends. I mean, it's impossible that it can't happen. Being different is okay. It got me into skating, which got me into surfing, which got me this. So if I had followed the crowd and gone and joined the rugby squad, I don't know what I'd be doing now. I would like, you don't have to be exactly the same as the next guy doing exactly the same stuff and listening to exactly the same music. There's no right way, you know?
I appreciate it,
bro.
man.
No worries.
Appreciate it.